It's now time for Chat of Champions with your host, Casey Strong.
Rising up to demolish your father. Fuck you, just a man that is will to survive. I kill you, you evil shit, die. Fuck you, die. You drink my goddamn piss. Oh my god, I should have fought you in the first place. I seen your father's fucking face. Alright.
And remember, fellow podcast listeners, with a great podcast comes great responsibility. What up, people and fellow podcast listeners? This is Chat of Champions. It is no longer the Real Pro Wrestling Pod. I dropped that moniker. I pretty much all but abandoned this project. I let one of them nagging voices that you really shouldn't let creep into your head when you're trying to create creep into my head. It said, don't do this. It's kind of stupid. The original idea for the show was a newscast of pro wrestling, basically. I was gonna read off the wrestling news, try to be funny, but then I was like, why would I really want to do that when you could just go read it and not listen to me try to make a fool of myself? And I basically prepared the entire show, spent hours doing it, and then pretty much just... Well, actually, I recorded it as well. I recorded the entire first episode and listened to it, and it wasn't good. The intro was about the best part of it, and it was pretty much identical to the intro you just heard, except it didn't have the with a great podcast comes great responsibility line at the end of it, and it said at the beginning, if you like podcasts and pro wrestling, then this is your happy place, but if not, then this is your own little personal slice of hell. Welcome to Chat of Champions, the Real Pro Wrestling Pod, or something to that effect. But, you know, that was pretty much the best part, and then after that, it was dog shit. So I'm revamping the show. I'm not sure when the next episode's going to come. This is pretty much just a mini-sode. It's not a full episode. I'm going to try to dig up a co-host, you know, somebody I have to banter off of. Hopefully it'll make it a little bit more entertaining. Make it a little bit more entertaining. But, you know, it is what it is. So I just basically am recording this, bringing it to you to let you know that I haven't abandoned this project. I haven't said, fuck it, it's not going to happen. It is going to happen. Probably not on a regular basis, but it is going to happen. It's probably going to be just a grab bag, man. You never know what you're going to get. Every time it comes on, might be something different, might be the same thing, but you know, it'll be entertaining. It'll be great. I was reading through some stories last night, and I came across one that was really quite great, and I wanted to share it with you. Kenny Chesney, which last I heard was supposed to be this big religious dude, was found lying naked in the road, drunk. Apparently he wrecked his car, lost control, and he refused to take a blood and breathalyzer test. And when the sheriff brought him in to be booked, he was very belligerent. And it was just, the article is on CNN somewhere. I'm sure you can find it. It's very funny. They kept repeating everything over and over. They had to put across the fact that he was found naked. They never really explained how he got naked, but it's quite a brilliant article. Well, actually, it's not brilliant. It's terribly written. It's probably one of the most terribly written articles I've ever read. But I've never read a really greatly written article on CNN. But that's my one man's opinion. Don't take it literally. But yeah, man, basically, it's pretty much gonna be it. It's just a short little snapshot of what's to come. It's gonna be entertaining, I assure you. Probably be more like a radio show, gonna have the music and shit. Actually, I'll hit you with a song right now. 96 Quite Bitter Beings by CKY. Enjoy. Man, there you go, man. fucking, you had to quickly grab your fucking head to make sure it didn't split apart. It was so much rock coming at your ear holes out of nowhere. So, the show's gonna be something to that effect. Radio show, banter back and forth, co-host. There will be a co-host. I know, I'm terrible by myself. It's dog shit. That's why the original podcast didn't happen. Wrestling newscast. But, hey, hit me up on Twitter, man, at CaseyStrong4. If you like that original idea, maybe I'll go back to it one of these days. But let me know what you thought of this, and never know. It'll get bigger and better every time, I assure you. But you never know what you're going to get next. Life is like a box of chocolates, and so is this podcast. So, until next time, remember, with a great podcast comes great responsibility. This is Casey Strong. Oh, before I take off, I almost forgot. KC's Chat Champions at YouTube. YouTube.com/KC's Chat of Champions. Every time you want to listen to me or any of the latest shit I bring you, that's where you'll find it, man. Or anything, any of my previous shit that sucks dick, you can find it there too. Alright. Casey Strong. Peace.